Hello, everybody. Welcome to our Beyond Infinity update call. My name is James C. Hill. I go by JC. I'm here in the Philippines and it's early morning here. So wherever you are, we welcome you to the call. And on the call with me is a very influential leader and preparer of all these fabulous PDFs and everything that you use all the time, Victoria Liao. Say
hello, everyone. Thank you for
and
joining us.
we also have a person who is the head of support. We have Debbie. Hi, say hi, Debbie.
Hey, everyone. Welcome to the call.
Okay. So today, I'm going to have Victoria lead the direction of where we go, and I'll be sharing screens as she directs me to. We'll be talking about some exciting modifications we did to the calculator and why you should be really excited about it. Victoria, you want to just go ahead and take over the...
If you want to bring up that first image with the question mark next to the transactions, deposits.
Okay.
And I'm sure that some of you all have seen there you go, the things that we've been working on this last couple of days. And it started like a firestorm of questions. What's this? What's that? Hey, what's happening here? What's this? So we just wanted to save all of it to reveal all of it to you tonight, because the people you were asking didn't know. So here's one thing. There's actually two things here, and I think you're going to love them. I know for me personally, they are fantastic tools. When you are trying to calculate what your income is going to be and you're using the big calculator, you're putting in your information from your own back office, from the big page. So when you get to the deposits part, you actually had to go through and manually add up each deposit, including your contributions. So now all you have to do is hover your mouse over that question mark and you will see your total deposits without having to go through and add up anything. They're all there. The only amount that is not in there is the first deposit of $10, the Jumpstart deposit. And the reason that's not included is because on the calculator, that's already factored in. So we just didn't put it there. The second thing, and I love this, this will actually be available to you before the weekend is out, but it is a weekly report of big. And as some of you know, those who have quite large downlines and personal referrals, you have to scroll through so much and you're getting like 10% match, 10% match, 10% match. So what we've done is we have taken every week and combined it on one line. It's going to show everything. So when you see this button available on your big page and you click on weekly report, it will give you the total combined activity for your big account for the week. And so JC, if you want to bring up that other, I'm just going to briefly, and as most of you know, I was working on a PDF about the big calculator and the big platform. And I'm glad that I didn't finish it yet, because now it will have this new information incorporated. This is just an image. It's a little blurry, but I will try to walk you through it. This is the weekly report. The top part is the header. And of course, he's going to be adding a new column that we've added to the calculator. And JC is going to go over that in a little bit. But what this shows, like, for example, July 15th, the last line in the second part of the image, it says I can't even see that. But you'll be able to see it once you get it. So, but this shows your the year, the week, and the week ending. Now, this is very important, the week ending, because a lot of this information goes from the previous week. It starts from the previous week. I just wanted to take that one example, like for example, week 16, ending July 8th. I'm not sure if you can see that, but let me get back here.
I can try to make something larger or,
No, I think it's just the image itself is just blurred.
by the way, this is called drill down navigation. Okay, and it's something that I've always loved and been trying to have our developing team be able to get to it. Okay, to where you, like I said, you're like Victoria said, you see what's important right now, and as you click on it, you can get into more details. What week, what day of that week, I mean, you can just keep digging down or drilling down deeper into your navigation
That would
searching.
actually be in the back office though, on the
Right.
big page. Yeah, this is just, there's nothing you can click here.
Okay.
This just gives you totals for the week.
Okay.
So for example, the earned profits, and I just want to kind of give you just a little bit of an overview. I don't want to get too deep into this, and I don't want anyone to become overwhelmed. Okay, so if it takes you going back, once you get your big report, I would advise that you come back to the recording of the webinar where we're talking about this, and then you'll be able to follow along with your own report. But the earned profits are based on the big balance from the week before. Therefore, the big balance for the week of July 2nd through July 8th was $3,724.20 on this particular account. And when you multiply that times 5%, because this person is receiving on tier 5, the tier level is 5 there, you get 186.21. Now, the description on the actual big page for this line item is big earnings, 5% on whatever your big balance is, and you'll see that. And in this particular case, the big balance is $3,724.20. Now, when you get to the end of the week on July 8th, you're going to see a description, and you can go back and look at this. Primarily this next part, the description that says transfer of balance exceeding cap to big wallet. This is for those people who are already receiving the automatic withdrawals to their internal wallet. So you'll see that description. And in this case, it was $96.21, but it shows as a negative on your big page, because this is where the excess, anything over your compounding cap, accumulates in your big balance. So some of you may have seen this and may have wondered why you're seeing a negative figure in your earned profits category. That's why, because that part is coming out of the big balance, and it's either going into your internal wallet or it's being redeposited, depending on what you have your settings at. Because this image is not very clear, I'm not going to keep going with that. But one thing that you're going to love about this is that all of your information automatically populates. The number of personal referrals, what their total combined big balance is, the withdrawal threshold, and the percentage that you already have set in your back office. And anytime you change that, it will also change it automatically on this report. So those are the two things that I wanted to cover. Now, I'd like for JC to.
Right. Well, let me jump in with some things.
Okay.
Reports. It was what, maybe 3 months ago at the most, we were at about we had that contest when we went to 1,000 paid members.
Yes.
And since then, okay, now please understand, and I think you know this, we're not out hyping this. We're not doing calls every day trying to bring in thousands of people right now. Okay, we're just letting you guys get excited about it and show this and share it in a natural form, because we want to make sure that everything is right, and it's allow us to tweak some things. Some you'll be hearing about here on this call today. But we just went over 15,800 paid members, and that is because of the auto program that we introduced, and how we turned on the triple M, the Monumatic marketing machine with the benefactor pool, so that everybody can get at least 3 people in the program, and those people who are coming on through the benefactor pool are seeing the logic of using that same system that they came in on, and many of them are using that as well. And we will continue to try to not push, because we're not telling people you have to do anything beyond the passive income, and you're going to get that automatically because of that $10 jump start that we're putting in for you. Okay, so but we want to try to encourage people to understand what they have. There's big leaders who will look at initially at the surface of what we're doing and the auto program, and initially not think that this is going to be growing fast enough for them or whatever, and they just need to take the time to look at the big picture. Once anybody who's been in this industry for a while sees and understands what we have, I would put up pretty good odds that you'll come back and say this is the best thing on the internet, the best thing that they've ever seen. Okay, and there's lots of reasons for it, but we're not sitting there, like I said, hyping this every day and all that. But once people figure out what we have, oh my goodness, okay, and this is going to catch on. Eventually, this is going to go viral, and we're not in any hurry for that to happen. We plan on being around for a long, long time, and but once you understand all of the math, and of course the big ambassador, okay, that was a big deal, okay, that we brought on, okay, to for people to be rewarded for, instead of us using third party, we still use like we originally said we would, okay, third parties to go out and find college students and so forth. But once we opened it up to big ambassadors, this just really took off to where you can bring in people at no cost. You never spent a penny. Okay, we're going to show you how you can get very quickly an automobile that you never paid a single penny for. You never paid any money to come in. You never paid for anything, and you're getting a free car and building a huge income. So with all that, I'm going to go ahead and switch over to the spreadsheet that you're wanting me to show here. And you can talk about this, okay?
You want me to talk about it?
Yeah.
Okay. Well, as you can see, we've made modification to our big calculator, and this is now available in your back office. Now, one of the things that we've done And JC, if you'll go down to the, right now, this is what every new member, what their calculator looks like. Their big back office. You've got the $10 jumpstart deposit. It's defaulted at $100 the withdrawal threshold and a withdrawal percentage of 50%. Now, if you'll go to the bottom, I want them to see that the bottom figure has changed.
Okay.
Okay, but we're going to
Wanna
show
talk
you.
about this extra column first, or did we talk about that later?
Well, we'll talk about that later.
Okay, all right. I'll just follow your lead.
Okay. So whereas before you saw that on the 6th year, the 52nd week of the 6th year, and of course this goes on and on, the calculator just stops at 6 years, but that used to be 213,000. Right now it is sitting at 63,267. But we're going to show you a very, very easy way to get that into the millions. It's crazy, but it works. So if you want to go back up, I just didn't want that to be a shock to anybody, you know, because it doesn't say 213 anymore. Okay.
And listen closely to some of the announcements we're going to be making here, some of the changes that we've done, not only to the calculator, but to how we're operating the big, which is Beyond Infinity Gold passive income program. Okay, and so go ahead.
Okay, let's go down to where under manual withdrawal, where the gray squares stop and the yellow squares begin. And by the way, you can't do anything with the gray area. Those are, and you'll see why here in a minute. Now, what we have done and what we're going to do is allow anyone who has a big balance of more than 10,000 to start withdrawing from that big balance. You know, we had cut everything off at first and we had to kind of stop the bleeding there. But now this is what we have come back with. So for example, the first time in year 5, the 42nd week, you see that's the first time that the big balance is over 10,000. So what this means is that any member that has a balance, a big balance of 10,000 or more, you will now be able to withdraw the excess of 10,000. And the reason we are keeping it at 10,000 is because we want you to stay at tier 5. That's what's important, for you to get to tier 5 and stay at tier 5. And as long as you have 10,000 between your big balance and the combined total of your personal referrals big balance, you will stay at a tier 5. So you'll continue to earn 5% compounded every week. So do you want to show them?
Take note, everybody, that turned yellow on year 5, week 42. Okay, just make a little note of that. Year 5, week 42. Okay, so go ahead.
So just as an example, that's the first time that this person would be able to withdraw from their big balance. So let's just withdraw 200. And you'll see that's in the manual withdrawal column, the yellow boxes, that's the only place. And you see how that was actually, that 200 was actually taken from your big balance. Okay. Now, I just wanted you to see that, how it works. We also have the auto withdrawal, which that is the same thing. We just renamed it, but that part is, remember when you set your threshold at $100. So let's go back up, JC, to where the big wallet first has $100 in it.
Okay.
Okay, coming back down. All right, it looks like year 5, week 13. The big balance is $103.39. And because you have your percentage set at 50%, what you're telling the calculator to do is that whenever my big wallet reaches that threshold of $100 or more, here's what I want you to do. I want you to take 50% of that and move it directly to my internal wallet. And I want you to take the other 50% and redeposit it. So you can see the 103.39, $51 was automatically deposited to the internal wallet. And the other 52, the 5th year, 14th week, 52 is a redeposit. So we actually have two type of withdrawals going on here. You've got the automatic withdrawals, then you have the manual withdrawals once you reach tier 10,000 or more in your big balance. Okay.
And of course, the way this actually works in reality is like what our calculator is giving you the option to go look at. So that, this isn't any hyping calculator.
No,
This is completely accurate. Okay, so do what? Oh, should we show them what if they just did one simple thing, nothing else, just
yes.
increase the where it started the threshold?
Okay, now, but before you do that,
Okay,
this is the point that I want to make to all of our big ambassadors. And I notice that everybody is just becoming a big ambassador. I don't know if they really truly understand why they're doing what they're doing, or someone is just telling them that's the next thing you need to do, and they don't understand what they're doing. They're just doing it because somebody told them. But the whole point of becoming a big ambassador is to help to bring qualified people into our benefactors pool. The goal of the benefactors pool, the triple M, the monumatic marketing machine, as JC said, is we wanted to find a way to eliminate people having to go out here and actively refer and look for people. A lot of people just don't like to do that anymore. But I mean, there's some people who love to do it, and that's fine. Either way, we've got you covered, because with the benefactors pool, you will be able to pay it forward for someone and bring them into your personal downline, and you're part of your organization. You can also pay it forward for the personal referrals that you have, or anybody in your organization. So with that feature, you can build a huge organization just by paying it forward. Now, it may cost you a little bit up front, but the rewards that you're going to get for doing that will be great. So I just wanted to make sure that our big ambassadors understand what they're doing and why. Now, as part of the big ambassador reward system, because you are going out there and you're bringing in qualified people, and this means people who are able to log into their back office, be able to read the materials in the training section and begin to learn about Beyond Infinity and how it operates. So the reward system is this: for every 5 qualified people that you have that register for our benefactors pool through your big ambassador link, which your big ambassador link is for the benefactors pool. For every 5 people that you have that register through your link, they become Telegram qualified, which is step 3 in the registration, and they're added to the pool. Once they receive a PIF, a pay it forward, then you will get credit for every 5 who qualify in that manner. And the reward that you get is you get $50, but it doesn't come to your wallet. It goes to your big account. And you have the option of getting the entire 50 as a deposit to your big account, or you can do a split of $25 to your big account and $25 in points, Big Auto Club points. Now, what JC was talking about earlier as well, once you have 200, at least a minimum of 250 big auto club points, then you can turn around and redeem those points for a contribution to our marketing campaign, which also entitles you to a brand new car valued at $25,000. And all you did was share your benefactors pool link, your BA link, and brought in qualified people. So it's, I mean, the whole thing is, it's mind blowing, even for me sometimes. It's just amazing.
I want to expand on the qualified people. Okay. So everybody, I mean, you're probably a lot like me in regard to this. I see somebody that's begging for money, and some of them, falsely, okay, and are making a fortune, okay, but the real people that need help, okay, and I'm sitting there thinking, if I could just get them into this program, okay, how much this would change their life. Well, they don't have a computer, they don't have a phone, okay, they don't have the means to build a business. So if I wanted to help them, I don't want to just bring them in for free, okay, through the benefactor pool and let somebody else pay for them. Only bring in people into the benefactor pool that you would like to pay it forward for, but you don't have the finances to do it. Okay, that's where you should really understand. The only people you should have trying to help here are the kind of people that if you had the $50 to pay it forward for them, you would, but you don't. Okay, and we know that there's a lot of people in the world that situation exists. So they can do what she's talking about here, build an empire without taking any money out of your pocket. Okay, now, of course, when you pay it forward for somebody, you're paying 50, but you get 40 right back in commissions. So, and being used to build your business. So anyway, please continue. I would like to show them, before we go and show them the effect of a car, is just the difference, okay, of changing their withdrawal
threshold, yes,
from 100 to 1,000. You're sitting there saying, okay, I don't need money right away. And in this kind of a compounding vehicle, or any kind of compounding vehicle, the golden rule is put in as much money as you can initially and leave it alone as long as you can. Okay, those, you can't get away from the effect of that's the golden rule basically of a compounding program. So if you remember what that the date was of when it turned yellow, so let's just go down. You didn't put any more money in. Okay, you just say, I don't want to take any withdrawals until this thing gets to 1,000, and let's see the difference. Okay.
And while you're doing that, I mean, I understand that sometimes people do need the money, and it's okay. It's your money. It's okay for you to withdraw it when you need it. But I just have to give this caveat that if every time you earn 20, you withdraw 20 and you never let anything build up, it's going to take you a long time to get here. So if at all possible, if you can allow your big account to grow, then you won't have to worry about money forever, for the rest of your life, because this is going to turn into an automatic weekly income and you don't have to do anything for it. It's amazing. So go ahead, JC.
By doing that, okay, and I'm sharing that right now, you go to tier 5 on year 5, week 32.
Now that's with a $100 threshold, right?
That's went from 100 to 1,000.
Did you put the 1,000 in already?
So I think I did enter.
Oh, I didn't see. Yeah, you did. Okay.
Yeah, I did enter.
Okay.
Now, the big difference here, and this if you get everybody to see what we're getting ready to show you next, okay, you'll really understand how this program is different than anything out there. Okay.
And what
ahead.
that $1,000 threshold represents, again, you're giving the calculator instructions and you're saying that once my big balance, once my big wallet reaches $1,000, here's what I want you to do. I want you to take 50% of it and move it to my internal wallet. The other 50%, I want you to redeposit it. So that's what those two fields are. You're telling the calculator how to process your money.
And again, the real processing works the same way. Okay.
Yes.
So how many people in the world that has the means, okay, to put 1/100th of a new car into a contribution? It's not we treat it like a deposit, but we don't allow people to deposit like this because people, unscrupulous leaders will have people putting in a horrendous amount of money that they shouldn't be putting in because of the 10% match that they earn, and how that, you know, your referrals total big balance and all that just changes everything, gets you to tier 5 faster than anything. And that's the objective, get to tier level 5. So we don't allow people to just make deposits, but they can make a contribution to our marketing campaign, which does what? It pays for the marketing of the Triple M system, the Monumatic marketing machine. Okay, so this really is a machine that is working in so many different ways, because the failure rate in this industry is 97%. That's because people just can't or don't want to go out and share it with other people. Where here you say, well, shoot, if all I have to do is pay $50 for somebody that's in this benefactor pool, and I can
get 40 right back.
Get 40 right back. Well, heck yes. And by the way, the amount, if you get a 10% match off of what they're making there, you're making way more than $10 in the long run. Okay, so anyway, go ahead and you know, we'll do a drum roll here when you're ready, but go ahead and talk about how these big ambassadors and so forth can get to what we're talking about. You're so excited about this. Go ahead.
Well, I've already explained how you can decide whether or not you want the $50 to go in as a lump sum deposit into your big account, or you can split it between the $25 going in as a deposit and 25 in points. So if you build your points up to where you have at least 250 points and you redeem those points for a contribution, then that is the same as like putting in a $250. It's just the same as like making a $250 deposit. So let's see what this does. Before you do that, JC, did you go to the bottom? Since we've changed the threshold to 1,000, remember the first time it was at 63. Okay, now just by changing the threshold, that's all you're doing. Your big balance is now up to 132,699 from 63. Okay, so let's go back up and let's put in just one $250 contribution.
And by the way, we have many people with multiple contributions.
Yes.
To multiple cars. We have people planning on starting a slightly used 1 or 2 miles, 10 miles on their cars. Okay, that they get brand new that cost them 1/100th in a contribution.
There are some who are planning to rent them out. You know,
rent them or sell them, or yeah, they're going to have lots. Okay, and we'll be able to do this. So we don't have, and you know, if you decide, okay, I'm 250, but you know, a month later you had great success and you're saying, I want another $50,000 car. Well, really, I'd like to have a $75,000 car. Can I combine the two? We'll say, yeah. When it comes time for you to tell us what you want for the $25,000 car, we'll say, what do you want? And they say, I want to wait one more month until that 50,000, and I want to combine the two. We'll let you do that. Okay, so, and look, I've been in car programs, guys, and they are Mission Impossible, the new movie that's out. Okay, you don't realize, and everybody who's putting the money in is so excited about it. 1 out of 100, maybe 2 out of 100 will get a car. Okay, it's just the what they have to do to get it. Here, when you make a contribution, 100% of them will get a car. Okay, a new car, and all I have to do is wait a year. Okay, so let's put in 250.
And while we're on that, I'm going to talk about the elephant in the room.
Okay.
I've been asked so many times, is this for real? Am I really going to get a brand new car? And so there's doubt, there's skepticism surrounding this, but and I told someone today, I said, everybody's waiting to get their cars. Everybody. So when we come out with the first cars, that's when people will know that this is real. Until that time, there's nothing we can do to prove it to you. So you either believe it or you don't. But just wait until the first cars start coming out. Go ahead, JC.
Then our business will go through the roof. Through the roof. Okay. So here's 250 contribution. We treat it as a deposit. That's going to get you a $25,000 car in a year, free, where we pay the delivery and the taxes and everything on it. Okay. Now, where do you
the
want
insurance?
Yeah.
I want you to go.
Not the insurance.
No, not yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, so now there's two things that we're looking for. Wait, hang on just a second. There's two things that we're looking for here. Number one, we're looking for when your auto withdrawals begin. And we're also looking at when your big balance reaches 10,000 or more. Okay.
Okay. We set this at 1,000. We could put it back to 100, but you don't need it, then let it grow. Let it do its thing. Right there on 3rd year, 45th week, you have an auto withdrawal of half of 1,000 or what that was right there.
Mm-hmm. Now
1,
go back up because you right there, you actually hit the 10,000 before you start getting the automatic withdrawals. So that means that you are qualified to withdraw to your internal wallet anything over 10,000. So while you're waiting for those automatic withdrawals to kick in, you have this available to you. So let's go to the bottom. Now, with just one $250 contribution, just one, and setting your threshold at 1,000, your big balance is now almost $5 million. And I know that that's hard for some to believe, but this is math. The math doesn't lie. The numbers are real. So if you'll go back up, that may be a shock to some people. So let's go back up and let's just change the threshold back to $100.
Okay.
And we still only have the one $250 contribution. Okay, so
now, here you're getting your auto
withdrawals
before you're at tier 5.
Right. And see, that's the second year. Look how quick that brought that up.
Okay. And then you're at tier 5 right there. Okay. But just little changes like that, just little things. Okay. And I've played around with compounding earning calculators for a long time, years and years. And I know the power of these and what happens if you take too much money too soon, all that. Let's go look at the bottom line here. 2
So
million free.
with a threshold of $100 and one contribution of $250. Now, can you imagine, like you said, we've got members who have several contributions. I can't wait for them to be able to play around with this new calculator. It is in your back office now. The weekly report will be available before the weekend, but it's just going to be so much fun just to play around with this.
Let's leave it at 100.
Uh-huh.
Some people want some cash flow for, but let's say the big ambassador is going crazy with this, and there's some that are going literally crazy with it. Okay, they'll be able to buy another or make another contribution here in, let's say, about the 8th week of $500. Okay,
And
so
also keep in mind what you're looking at is someone who has 0 personal referrals. They don't have a referrals total combined balance. This is just an individual who is doing this passively, and the only thing they're doing is sharing their benefactors pool link.
And what they took out of pocket was either $50 to pay their own way in, or they were piffed for
Right.
$50, and they haven't paid anything. The example we're using here is somebody that hasn't paid a penny, right?
Well,
They're
they're a paid member, but whether
Yeah.
they paid for themselves or someone paid for them, they're a
Right.
paid member.
Right. All right. You can't do it without being a paid member. Okay. So here, okay, year 2, week 10. Okay. You start putting some money in your pocket. We left that. Okay. You're already at tier level 5 at year 2, week 41. Okay. Where you can start pulling out, like, look how much this jumps. Oh, right here around the beginning of the 3rd year. Okay, if you wanted to pull out $3,000 to get some dental work done, or to pay some debt down, whatever, you could. Okay, I would advise it. Okay, because you want to let this grow. Let it grow as long as you can to be as big as it can before you start tapping in on it. It becomes something like, if you think of it as a dent, okay, to a tiny scratch. Okay, the difference. Okay, if you think of it as a brand new car, okay, you got one that's got a dent in it because you took it too soon, too much, and one that's a little tiny scratch because you waited and were patient. So let's look at the bottom line.
And again, the auto withdrawal amounts, these are amounts that are automatically going into your wallet every week. Every week.
So,
oh my goodness.
So anyway, we thought you would, really appreciate the fact that we, and look, we didn't know exactly how this was all going to work out. It's never been done before, right?
Right,
all of the things that we're doing. Okay, so little tweaks here and there, or a big tweak. Okay, we had it to where we had to take away the means to withdraw from your big balance until we could figure this out, and do a lot of math and a lot of, are we gonna be able to cover that? Okay, and so with that, we were able to come back and give back to you the ability to take your big balance, but not to the point where it's going to hurt you. Okay, and being at tier level 5 is so critical. Okay, that it's just not in your best interest to ever get below tier 5. Once
Right.
you want to stay there.
We want Beyond Infinity to be right up there at the top with the things that you're involved in, receiving money for your future, receiving money on a weekly basis, receiving money that you can count on. And so, again, this is primarily to encourage people to build your Beyond Infinity business so that you do have that income. And I mean, if you keep, withdrawing everything you get, which you can do that if you need to, but it's going to take you a long, long time to get here. So this is primarily an encouragement too, to help people who are, we've got so many members who are seriously building their business, and I love this for them.
Yeah, I just changed the withdrawal threshold from 100 to 1,000 with a 250 and a 500 contribution. Okay, in the first 8 weeks. Okay, now when do you start pulling out money? Well, it's going to take longer. Here it's after you're already at tier 5. Okay, because you set the threshold at 1,000. Okay, so there's where you start being able to, or you're getting the automatic withdrawal. Okay, year 3, week 10. Okay, let's look at the bottom line. This is where what? Say what? Okay, so that's how big these little changes affects a compounding earning vehicle. So anyway, we're talking a lot of money, and like Victoria said earlier, it doesn't stop here at the end of the 6th year. It keeps on going. That's why we're doing the kind of things that's going to make sure we're going to be around for a long, long time. Okay. That was changing the threshold from 100 to 1,000. Big difference. Okay, Victoria?
Well, that's all I have.
Me too. Shall we stop the recording?
Yeah, sure.
Okay, and let's see here.